Relaxed music for your morning. 72, cloudy, going up near 90 today. It's just about 8:43, and so excited to introduce you to Buck. He is our studio. Oh,
close up.
All over the place.
We just got a close up.
1-year-old pup. He's a sweetie. Bethany, tell us all about him.
So Buck is a dog that came to us. Actually, he was one of 3 dogs, and he is only about a year old. He's a hound mix, and he is a dog that, like a lot of the dogs that come to the shelter, needed a little bit of training. Came in and really jumpy, really excited, really mouthy, not a lot of impulse control. Didn't even really know how to sit. But has a lot of potential because he's very treat motivated. So for the last 2 weeks, I've been working with him. So he still makes some mistakes every now and then, but he's gotten so much better. He's learned to sit. He has to sit for all of the good things in his life. It took him a while to realize, like, we don't just sit outside, we sit inside. We've been doing loose leash walking, so he walks really nicely on a leash now. We're working on some other things to help with impulse control, like touch. And he just loves to play. He loves to kind of run and chase his tennis balls.
So he'd be good for somebody who has a big yard, probably.
Yeah, but he's kind of like a lazy player. He goes really hard for, about 10 minutes. And then he's like, he just lays in the grass and chews on his ball. So it's not like he's go, go, go all the time. He's like, the other day it was kind of hot. We were out on a walk, and he found the first door to the building, and he just was like, nope, I want to go inside. He was like, this is the door. I know the doors go inside.
Yes. Now, I noticed that when he jumped up on Sean, you said, oops. Now, is that a word that he's learning to be trained with?
Yeah, so that's his, so we use a clicker or a yes to mark good behavior.
Excellent.
And oops is his, you did something, you made a mistake.
Right, so is that something that you would then share with the family that would adopt him?
Yes, so he knows, for example, he oftentimes likes to put his leash in his mouth. And so then the problem is that people then pull on it, right? So then it becomes tug, right?
Yeah. He thinks it's a game.
Exactly. So we've tried to instruct all the staff and volunteers, like, when he's pulling on his leash, don't say anything, don't pull on it, just stop and be still and say oops. And now when he has the leash in his mouth, when you say oops, he just kind of opens it and it pulls out. Aww. So that's his, I made a mistake.
Right.
I need to stop and think about what I'm doing.
Well,
and he's learning that.
That's awesome. That's so encouraging. So he's a year old, so he has a lot of years left in him.
Yes.
So that he can be part of your family. Restrictions as far as other animals or anything like that, dietary?
He doesn't have any dietary restrictions. Like I said, he came in with other dogs, and he's constantly play bowing to humans and dogs, so he likes to play. I cat tested him yesterday, and he would play bow to some of the cats. He was indifferent to others, and then when the kittens were hissing at him, he was scared. So I don't think that he's really going to have a problem living with any other animals. What I would encourage is anybody who's interested in Buck to make sure that they're really committed to training him, because I can start working with him while he's in the shelter, but if those things don't continue, then he's going to lose those behaviors. So I want to make sure that he's going to continue to get the training that he needs, so that he doesn't, mouth on people or
regress in any way.
Yeah, exactly.
Is he good with kids?
Oh boy.
Oh my goodness.
He's doing a little reverse sneezing. It's not. He can be a little bit nervous. He can be allergic, but sometimes when they get nervous, they'll reverse sneeze. It's common in hounds. You see it a lot more in beagles. But yeah, that's just what that is. It's not, he's okay. It's just reverse sneezing.
It's not any sort of a medical condition we need to worry about.
It's just a little bit of reverse sneezing. It's okay.
So how can we take Buck home with us?
If you're interested in visiting with him, first off, we do have some restrictions in terms of kids, just because he was a little mouthy and things like that. So we're looking for 13 and up, so that the kids are not going to be pushed over, but also understand, what he's learning and how to kind of not give in to some of those traits that he's learning to avoid, right?
Sure.
But if you're interested in visiting with Buck, you can schedule an appointment by going to our website, which is visit scac.as.me. You can also find applications that are downloadable there as well.
Oh, wonderful. And you can see Buck, by the way. He's Facebook Live right now. Go to the Key 103 Radio Facebook page and take Buck home. He can be the newest member of your family. Key 103.
Oh, buddy boy.
Oh, you're a sweetie.
Hi.
Oh, you sweet boy.
That's a
Good
good
job.
boy.
Oh,
He's kind of a barracuda. We're still working on him.
Yeah. Like, I'll take
He's
your hand,
getting
too.
better.
Let me
Like
have your
when
hand.
we're doing loose leash walking, he's getting really good at it like
Oh,
that.
good
When you were doing
boy.
that with your hand, he's like this.
We're showing you being such a good
Sit.
boy. Oh, yes.
Nice. Oh, Buck, I'm so impressed by you.
You're so pretty.
Yeah, I love your face and your body.
He had some skin issues when he came in too, didn't he?
Well, he had I guess a red collar on, and not only did the collar irritate him, but because he was more
baby.
outside, the dye like ran all into his skin,
Oh,
so his whole neck was really red.
But it wasn't a condition, it was just...
It was some irritation, but
Okay.
we also think it was a lot of just like dye. So that's why we made sure to put a collar on that we didn't think was going to bleed.